Today, we sit down with a figurehead of the industry. He has been in the business for over 10 years and has helped Goldbar grow through fresh and clever marketing campaigns. Today, we sit down with Patrick, the CEO of Goldbar. Hit start, we'll see how it goes. I'm nervous, but we'll do it. Right.
We're gonna do great. We're gonna get through this together.
Right. So I'm here in Paris on the expo, and I'm on the lovely Goldbar stand, and I'm joined with the wonderful Patrick. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Bonjour, everyone.
Oh, we were just having a chat before with the disposable ban that's coming in the UK. You got the Nixle that's coming through. So we'll start with the disposable ban.
Yep.
How is it? Obviously, you're in that market.
Yeah. I think what the upcoming announcements have done, fantastic. Look at these beautiful things. I think what the announcements have done is accelerated some transitions in the market. You know, you've got what the disposables are great for is ease of use and ease of switching from traditional tobacco, right? So you get a really broad market with this product type. Now, that said, I don't think anybody thinks it's a great idea to throw this many lithium batteries in the bin.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've never been keen on that ourselves. That's why Reload will be hitting the UK market next month.
Expose.
Oh God, have I given away too much? So our Reload, which will be our pod system, so the battery's rechargeable, the pods are great. If anything, and listen, I know this is my company, but it is my favorite device to use. The airflow's phenomenal. The flavor is I thought it was going to kind of be 1-to-1. It's a significant improvement.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, I go home, I feel better about what I do in terms of recharging the battery and being a citizen of the world, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, for everybody watching this, please forgive my silly American accent. I just happen to live in California, but yes, we have offices in London, and we're very, very proud of our UK team. So just forgive me for that. So that's one thing that's coming out. We have our Goldbar Salts collection, which will be e-liquids, you know, to capture the traditional market. The way I see it is you've got sort of a beginner entry point, disposable. You've got an intermediate, which is your pod systems, and then you've got your advanced users who are more cost conscious, understand the industry. Someone has walked them through how to use the product before. I was that person, right? And so we have a tremendous amount of respect for each category in the marketplace, and so we want to make sure that we're able to provide something for everybody. Now, you haven't asked me about this, but I'll go ahead and say that we've also seen some movement towards the bigger puff style devices, right? As companies have sort of understood how they can play legally within the sandbox to bring those products to market. We have some very exciting things coming very soon on the horizon. The next time I see you, I'll tell you all about them. But I can say that that Goldbar will be making some significant product developments in it's really a matter of days.
Yeah.
But I just have to be mindful about what I say because all of a sudden my team can't keep up with the phone calls, and then I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
But you know, because whereas I think some of the devices on market are a little bit, to me, big and clunky and don't really fit in your pocket well, and they kind of have an odd hand shape. I think what we've tried to do is we really aspire to set the gold standard in the industry. So everything we do, we're not going to do it if it's not ready, if it's not premium, top quality. For us, the company's built on 3 simple principles. It's people first, right? The people are who our company is made of. It's who we sell to and work with. It's who we talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
and it's our customers in the marketplace.
Yeah.
That's the most important resource we have. Second is the products that we make. So we always guarantee that our product quality, our price points, our delivery to market is best in class. If we can't be best in class, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it for somebody else who's better than us.
Simple as that.
And then third is progress, and that's kind of what we're talking about here today. What are we going to do next? Where's the market going? What does the vaping industry look like at the end of 2024 into 2025? There's legislative changes coming in the United Kingdom. There's some taxes that are being proposed. Goldbar is a member of the UK VIA, a voting member, so we're very involved in trying to be a positive force for change in what the industry will look like, and having substantive discussions with the regulators, understanding what you want, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you see, right? Because honestly, I know what I know, but I don't know what I don't know, and I bet you know all those things, right?
I'll try. I was going to ask though, you were talking about, where did Goldbar come from? Was it something you always thought, I'm going to make it Goldbar? Or?
It's funny. So we've had this idea for a while and been sitting on it until we had the right convergence of factors, right? We needed to be able to deliver, like I said, the best products in the market at the price that's market competitive. Because it doesn't do anybody any good to have effectively a single-use device where we started with at a price point that's unobtainable. I want to. The way I say it is like pretty much everybody I've ever met falls into one of two categories. They're either rich or they would love to be rich. And so I want everybody to feel like they can be rich for the day that they have the products without having to actually break the bank to get there.
They can be bougie with Goldbar, even on an every money.
Exactly, right? I can come out. Yesterday I was wearing a suit. I was, dressed for the occasion. Today I was just cold. I wore a jacket. But so you can pull it out of your sport coat and look sophisticated. You look like a professional. You can, but it's made out of sturdy metal. So you could pull it out on a construction site and hit it with a hammer. Not recommended, but it will hold up okay, right? You can drop it, and it's not gonna break or make a dent. So the idea there is that it can be an aspirational product that fits every lifestyle, and in a way that's kind of understated, sophisticated. I'm not giving people colors and flavor names that appeal to children, which I think is another point of consideration, right?
Course.
So like the hot pinks and the bright neon colors,
oranges,
and calling
that,
it candy floss and popsicle and things like and I think that's a really slippery slope, because we want to engage with the legal market, and we want to be one of the leading drivers in how the industry looks and feels, and what responsible marketing guidelines are in our marketplace.
As you're talking about responsibility there, Patrick, and stuff like that as well, is there anything you'd like to say? I mean, look, with the way the UK government's doing their bits and pieces at the moment around the legislations, around the disposables ban, and also around the tax duty and stuff like that, for somebody that works in the UK market exclusively, for me, it's putting the product out of reach of the people that it's actually helping. And there is some talk in the UK, obviously, as you said, you're a member of the UK VIA. There is some talk in the UK that the health epidemic that this is going to cause with the bans and the legislations that's coming in, that there is a potential nightmare that 4.7 million people are going to have to go back to tobacco, because vaping's always been seen as the harm reduction product that was an affordable harm reduction, whereas with the way the legislation's going at the moment, it's going to take it out of that remit. Is there any thoughts on that from you?
Well, I think the irony is that somebody like us, like Goldbar, we want to create this beautiful, simple product that's for everybody, that's not truly an aspirational buy or purchase decision, and yet it could be legislated that everybody will be in that category. So I think that's a slippery slope. How do we as a society manage harm reduction in a way that is responsible, that keeps it open for everybody? I think
What keeps it into the hands of children?
Exactly. And for me, a few years back, I had these conversations with the Vapor Technology Association, and and different senators in Washington and in California about what we laid out a 17-point responsible marketing guideline program for what the industry will look like. And to me, I think that the idea that flavors appeal to children is pretty rubbish. I think that
Adults can enjoy flavors as well.
you know, I think that you don't even have to look farther than the alcohol industry to understand that. And yet I think that there's some low-hanging fruit that we could just avoid. We could agree as an industry to avoid, where we say, okay, we're not going to call it XYZ candies. We're not going to call it these things that are clearly intended for a youth market. But adults love fruits. They love refreshments and things that we can keep it sort of sophisticated and simple. And I think there's space for that. So,
well, question for you, what I'd say, Patrick, is do you do a tobacco gold bar?
Yeah. So interestingly, it's one of the first things we developed, but the market data always comes back. It's dead last.
Yeah.
It's dead last. And so I have it. I've been waiting to do it. We have the customer profile in Greece, for example, much more tobacco focused. So where we had one, we wanted to wait until we had 5 different tobacco offerings that we could bring into the Greek market legally, that were all submitted and approved, and that's ready, right?
Yeah.
But the UK market, the adult customers don't want that, are not asking for that. Now, I don't want to exclude that from people who do like tobacco flavors. There's nothing wrong with that. I think in a lot of situations, I've always kind of liked some of the savory flavors, like a salted caramel, like a latte flavors, because if I think about it, I can have a latte for breakfast and I can have one after dinner, right? Whereas I'm not necessarily going to wake up and eat strawberries breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, but the data is what the data is, and we get it back from IRI, and so yes, I'm in the business of trying to be a thought leader in the marketplace. But at the end of the day, when I say people are the most important thing, it's not what I think. It's what people are asking for.
Yeah.
But
The
the
demand.
data's clearly showed that with tobacco flavours, if you put that trigger back in, when you've actually got something to quit tobacco, and you put the trigger back in, you're one step away from going back to combustible material.
Yeah.
It's a very strange narrative.
I could not agree with you more. It's such a slippery slope. Don't do this. Do this, but now let's do this, but like this, and let's confuse everyone.
It's all over the place. It's all over the place.
And I can't entirely fault legislators who just don't understand the nature of the industry or of the nature of the decision points for people who are making that journey.
Would you say to the legislators that we need to speak to the industry?
You read my mind.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. The doors are open. This is a conversation that I think any responsible industry member would really want to have. Is to say, please, come talk to us. And if you don't like my accent, come talk to my friends in Chelsea and then in Birmingham and Manchester. Because the conversation is one that we would like to have. I think we want to be environmentally conscious. We want to make sure that children are protected and looked after and have a safe environment in which to grow up. And we want to be a part of those changes. We also want products that are affordable for people who would like to transition away from smoking combustible cigarettes. If you truly, as a member of parliament, want to have a tobacco-free generation, this is the best place to start.
It is.
This is absolutely the best place to start.
With the environment, as you say there, was that one of the reasons why you decided to bring mixed salts out? Or was it just the normal step?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, listen, it's a significantly easier process to recycle one plastic bottle. It is often the best price point for someone who is trying to use the products. We want to support the users who are perhaps farther on their journey into using these products for whatever harm reduction looks like for them, right? And what we typically see is that goes from 20 to 10 to perhaps I can take it or leave it with zero,
Yeah.
right? And I can speak for myself, having done that, that these products serve a very key purpose. As somebody, I think that I've seen it, and almost everyone I know in the industry has some history, relationship with people in their life who use traditional cigarettes and have seen the positive impacts from it.
Because everyone's got that story of why they're either in the industry or involved or use it themselves. Everyone's got that story. We'll talk more about the Nick salts.
Yeah.
Are they direct flavours from the disposables?
So
same flavours?
So the majority of them are, yes. Obviously, we have to make sure that because the delivery system is different, we have to adjust the flavors to deliver the best performing flavors that we can. And I've been blown away with what the team comes up with. One of my partners who handles all the R&D on the flavors, he is meticulous in how he does it. I'll tell him, this is amazing, let's take it. He says, wait. And he comes back 2 weeks later and blows my mind. And I thought we were there, and I apparently know nothing about my own products. So that's, I'll be the first one to admit it, though, I swear. So we really wanted to deliver a seamless and connected brand experience. So if someone has a favorite Gold Bar flavor, that they can find that same. Exactly.
What's your? As you lined them all up, what one are you picking? What's your this is the one you'd recommend to anyone?
It's so unfair. So I'll be kind to myself, and I'll just pick 3.
Okay.
All right. So one of there's a special place in my heart for Oasis. It was from our first offering, and I think the UK market had not seen anybody attempt to do something quite like that. It has so many positive connotations between flavors people already enjoy, between music people already love, and between places that are areas of refuge and sanctuary and refreshment. So I think there's a really nice story in that, and I just think the flavor's phenomenal, personally. Another one of the first ones we did that is a sneaky top pick is our pink grapefruit flavor. I love that flavor, and I was convinced to do it. Now, I think that pink grapefruits, most people I know are either yes, a grapefruit person, or no, not a grapefruit person. And
pink
that
grapefruit for me is a proper Miami sort of Miami flavour in it. It can be enjoyed any time of the day as well. It's one of them.
I'm with you, and so I think we should have a glass of grapefruit juice later. But that's kind of where my head goes, and it's like every time I open one, it's like I rediscover how good that flavor is. And then one of our top performers, I think is 1 or 2, is Hawaiian Sunrise, sort of that tropical pineapple refreshment. And again, it's in a space where there's only so many strawberries you can have. There's only so many of watermelons you can have. And I think we've done a really good job of delivering, so again, best-in-class flavors. But, someone likes this strawberry, someone likes that strawberry, and that's okay. But when we create something that is unique to us, and it's a particular blend that we feel is very evocative, so we go Hawaiian Sunrise, and it's a bit of a chance because what does it mean to you, right? But I think that some of those flavor profiles, I feel like tell a story that can be universal.
Is that gold standard?
It's that I hope so. But you say like that when I think about a Hawaiian Sunrise, colors come to mind, flavors, a sense of place, of paradise, and yet that same pineapple, citrus, tropical flavor comes right through, and so it's just intriguing enough to be interesting, but it's not so mysterious. It's inaccessible. Does that make sense?
I like that because you can tell thought and care and behind each one, and they do, as you say, the flavours. It depends on what they make you think.
Yeah.
So you say with the Hawaiian, and it adds like different sort of layers, doesn't it? Right, not just a flavour, like.
Yeah, and I think, listen, the audience responds to most of those stories that we think are worthy of being told. But if they don't, we'll move on and we'll tell the next story, and that's okay too. And so you said you're talking about the rules in the UK, you know, and we appreciate that level of law and order, because you know, I live in California. I've been in the vaping industry for 10 years, and we are just now releasing some products into the US market because there is such a lack of clarity on what is permissible in market and how these products can be sold through the PMTA process. Whereas in the UK and in Europe, there is a very clear TPD and MHRA directive that we can follow. So Gold Bar came first to the UK because in my mind, the UK is a thought leader for the industry, where what we're seeing here in Paris is 3 to 6 months behind what the UK has gone through. Now I know that the disposable ban, at least in France, is a little bit accelerated here, but in terms of the thinking and the direction of the industry as a whole, they tend to trail the British and the UK market. And so when we brought this product out, we brought this brand to the general public. We started in the UK because of that thought leadership, because of that trend-setting nature, and because what we wanted to do was we wanted to bring a product to market that was completely legal, buttoned up by the book, that we know as a company and as a group of business-minded professionals that we have a company that the customers won't wonder, will it be here in 6 months? So that's sort of the thinking there.
So speaking about the UK, are you going to be at the expo in May?
Absolutely, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Fantastic.
I'm taking my family on a bit of a holiday right before, and I'm jumping on a plane. I'm depositing my family back at home, and I'm jumping on a plane to the UK for the expo. I'll be there. We are so excited. It's
And you'll have new products, obviously.
We'll have new products.
So we're going to sit down and do part 2 of this.
So we're gonna do part 2, and more will be revealed. I love to tell you guys anything you want to know, and at the Vape Expo in the UK, the Vapor Expo.
Our offices are based in Birmingham as well.
Wonderful.
So Whitlicker, obviously our brand,
So we can-
based in Birmingham.
We can come in and get proper lighting, and you guys can do makeup
we
and
can see-
everything.
More than welcome.
We can set up an IM. We'll do it a proper nice deep dive into.
Incredible. Yes, and I just want to say to you, thank you so much for coming all the way to Paris, having a conversation with us. It means a tremendous amount because, like I said, we try to do is we try to be a thought leader in the industry, but at the end of the day, we are a group of humble and hardworking individuals who just want to deliver the best products to the marketplace.
We want the best.
Yeah.
We want the best, don't we? Well, thank you very much for having us on and talking to us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you so much.
And I'm sure we'll be doing this once again.
Yeah, well, we'll see
Perfect.
you in the UK at
Will
the
do.
Vapor Expo in Birmingham. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thanks again for having us.
No, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you very much.